Hey everyone, I'm K-Swope, and this week, Donald John Trump was sworn into office for the second time, also making him the second president to serve 2 non-consecutive terms behind Grover Cleveland. But that being said, the inauguration happened, and a lot of things happened in the inauguration, and there's a few things I want to talk about specifically that I have some really strong opinions about. The first one being the elephant in the room, the one that no one will just shut up about, and I have just so much to say about this because it kind of ticks me off. But Elon Musk, okay? So we're talking about Elon Musk first. Elon was caught, well, he wasn't really caught because he kind of did this publicly, but he was in front of people giving his speech, after the inauguration happened, during everything that takes place afterwards, the festivities and things like that. And one of the things he did was he did that hand motion, okay, where he kind of stuck his arm out like that. And people took pictures of it. Now the whole thing was live streamed. We can, see the whole, but people saw this and they're like, he's doing the hail the Jew disliking guy with a funny mustache. I'm not going to say his name because I don't know if YouTube censors that or not, and I certainly don't want this to be censored. And I'm thinking to myself, like, hold up a second. Elon does not strike me as the kind of guy who would do this. Now, Elon Musk, okay, I like Elon Musk, generally speaking. I will say there's that other controversy going on with him with some gamer thing where he paid some guy to do something and then, like, removed a check mark on, X with his whatever that is. I don't agree with his choice there. I think that was kind of like a power hungry jerk kind of move to do. So I don't like worship the ground Elon walks on, but generally I like Elon. I like that he bought Twitter and made it X or whatever now, and kind of changed how that platform runs a lot, because X, that's my favorite hellscape on the internet now, to be quite honest. That all being said, I am a little biased. I do like Elon. So seeing this, I thought to myself, I feel like Elon wouldn't do that, just based on what I know. He wouldn't do anything crazy like that. And of course, my speculations were 100% correct. So let's go ahead and jump over here to that previously mentioned hellscape. Here's X. So here on X, you can't hear, I don't have the audio turned on, but this is the video that Elon posted of his own speech, okay? And so as we can see here, I'm gonna turn the audio on in just a minute, but let's skim ahead a little bit to the part where things get controversial.
This one really mattered. And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you. My heart goes out to you. It is thanks to you.
All right, so here's the important thing. So here's talking about how great the election is and how exciting he is and everything like that. And then he goes, and this, okay, he goes, okay. He actually does it twice. Now, the first time in this video, you can't see it. This one's because it pans to the crowd, because they're going crazy after, he starts whatever. He does it twice. He does that to the people in front of him, and then he does that to the people on the other side, okay? The thing that I hate so much about this controversy, okay, is because, like, you don't need to do anything but watch, like this. We're at 1 minute and 6 seconds. You'll need to watch 1 minute and 6 seconds of content to understand what is actually being said and done here. And that's what drives me up the wall, okay? Because, like, everyone's comparing him, being like, oh, this is terrible, fascist, all this stuff. Obviously, when he says that, and he says in the context of my heart goes out to you, you can understand then, looking back, like, oh, okay, so what he was trying to do is something like this, okay? Like, heart goes out to you. The problem is he kind of raised his arm a little bit. Now, you got to cut him a little bit of a break. Elon's kind of a little bit on the... He's a little awkward, okay? We all know that. I mean, I don't dislike Elon, like I've already established, but Elon's a little awkward. He's kind of weird socially, I guess. And so the fact that he's, he does it and it looks weird, I mean, that should be nothing, new to us. But still, I mean, it's obvious the point he's trying to get across, and yet everyone takes those gosh dang pictures and they want to blow it all out of proportion and say like, ooh, Elon, evil mustache man. And it's like, guys, you don't even have to watch the whole 1 minute and 6 seconds. You could literally just watch like him doing it, and then when he says afterwards, and it all just makes total sense. Now, the left are going to come at me and say like, oh, but fascism, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, guys, give me one piece of evidence that anyone in the current political office, okay, who just came in from the Republican side, okay, whether that's Elon, whether that's Vivek, even though he might be not sticking around very long, whether that's RFK Jr., okay? Even Trump himself, okay? Give me one thing that proves that they have a fascist belief in their body, because I really don't believe that. Because most of the people that Trump has hired in Trump's cabinet, they're either former Democrats or people who have just recently kind of shifted their allegiances, like RFK Jr., okay, which I'm really excited for him to take over health, because if you've seen him, he is ripped. He is in really, really good shape. But RFK Jr. was running as independent, but he's got a lot of Democratic background. Donald Trump, even, I actually just went and was looking that up recently, and he, I believe, was a Republican. Then he was a Democrat for a while. Then he went independent for like a year, and then he became a Republican again. So he's kind of been all over the political spectrum. Elon is more of like a classic liberal. So, I mean, like, none of these people are, like, conservative or this evil conservative fascism that everyone keeps talking and caring about so much. And so that's kind of what bugs me about this so much, is because, like, you're literally picking the flies out of the horse crap here. And I think it's so stupid. It's like you just take one small thing out of context. This thing, too, was either Ruslan or the Babylon Bee who were talking about this very thing. And they made a joke saying, like, which side's wearing the tinfoil hats now? And I thought, yep, that makes a lot of sense. I completely agree. But as a result of this, like I said, Twitter, my favorite hellscape, we got some great stuff going on here because there's some great memes that have come from this. So let's go and look at some of these now. So mostly peaceful memes, okay? Open and shut case, we got them. And it's Elon and the evil mustache man both drinking some water out of a glass, and that's basically the same thing. That's the same logic trail that they're going down. And the Babylon Bee, I love this one so much, mainly because I'm a big geek and I love Superman. But Superman under fire after hundreds of images surface of him giving the mustache man salute. Oh, we're just gonna put it like that again for YouTube censorship. Yeah, that's pretty great. Because the funny thing about Superman too is Superman was literally, I don't believe he's Jewish canonically, but both the creators of Superman were Jewish, are Jewish. I think they've both passed at this point, so I guess it were Jewish. But either way, Superman's he's pretty Jewish, so he'd be the last person doing the salute, which I think is absolutely hilarious. Which is also what I think the Babylon Bee creators were thinking when they put this together. But still, come on, guys, it's the biggest piece of crap I've ever seen. Next topic I want to talk about in context to the Inauguration Day is Trump said a lot in his speech, and he put a lot of executive orders in place, like, immediately. So I'm going to go ahead. Daily Wire did a really good post where they just kind of took a few of them and just did a real brief summary, not getting into the real nitty-gritty details of what it looks like, but just to give you a general idea of what he's going for. And so I'm going to give you some of my opinion. So here's the first picture. Border, declaring a national border emergency, ending catch and release, resulting remain in Mexico. Now, I'm not a genius. I don't know what all of that really means, but what I can tell you is catch and release. That's, you catch them, you take them back, and just throw them back into the country just for them to come back again. Remain in Mexico. I don't entirely know what that's going to look like, but I like the sound of it. We'll put it like that. Gender, establishing U.S. policies to only recognize two sexes on official documents. Now, that is great, and I love everything about it. Now, before you freak out, if you're one of those people who identify something else, or you're a this or a that, this is talking about in official government capacities. So this would be like on police forms. You're only recognizing two genders, two sexes. And if you're applying for a government job, or if you're in a government job, you're only going to be recognized as these two genders officially, okay? Because that's all there are. Because that's all there is that God made. It's pretty simple. Literally, if you read your Bible, especially if you read Genesis, it should be quite obvious God only made two genders. Come on, guys. It's like right in your face. Pardons. So to be quite honest, so he did some January 6 pardons, okay? I'm a little, I got some mixed opinions on pardons. Generally, when I hear pardons, I generally think like, oh, it's bad. I don't like the idea of anyone doing pardons, generally speaking. January 6th, I don't know. Are there some people who are involved in this who I think, yeah, they should be, off the hook because, I don't think they really did anything that was that bad or awful. Maybe they're just following the lead of other people that ended up doing something that they shouldn't have. Yes, and I think those people should be pardoned. People who actually, damage property, yeah, I don't think I would pardon those people. But, that's just me. So, few conflicting ideas between that, but it is what it is. Then we see here withdrawing from The Who, which is not the British rock band, unfortunately. It is the World Health Organization. I agree with that because they got some pretty weird, dumb, whack stuff going on there that I definitely don't agree with. And the Paris Agreement, I really love what Trump said that he was going to do about energy, because I think, you know, Keystone Pipeline, if that's still on the table, I don't remember if he referenced that at all. Yeah, do it. Natural resources are perfect. There's so many that we're not going to run out of them anytime soon, and I'm sure Judgment Day will have happened by the time we run out of those, so I'm not concerned whatsoever about us running out of natural resources, fuels, things like that, to damage, you know, the Earth or whatever it is people, you know, say about that junk. Next, we got full-time return to in-office work for federal employees. That's fine and dandy. Personally, I mean, if someone can do their job from home, there's two ways to look at it. There's either one, the job's not that important to begin with, that they should just get rid of it. That's where Doge would come in. So I'm excited for that too, let me tell you. So there's that. So I think it's great that they're coming back, because I guess if they're able to come back full time, it means that we need them in person full time, and they might be worth, you know, keeping around. They have dismantling of government DEI initiatives within 30 days. For those of you guys who might not know, DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion, within 60 days. I love that, because if you saw my review of the Matt Walsh movie he did, Am I Racist? I put my thoughts out there pretty well. I think Matt Walsh does a great job. I think you should see that movie if you haven't, by the way. Highly recommend that one. So this one, I'm sure there's a great significance to it. I just don't quite get it, because I guess it's just not my field. But renaming the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, and reverting Mount Denial, I think it is, to Mount McKinley. I mean, Mount McKinley, I've heard that like a million times growing up, I guess, in just geography class or whatever. I don't know when they changed the name of that, so I guess I'm glad they're changing it back. As for the Gulf of Mexico, Gulf of America, I know that there's something more important to that, some more of something. I don't care so much about that, just personally. It doesn't really affect me that much. I will say, though, I think making stuff American or putting America on it is just, like, awesome, so I don't see a reason why that's bad per se. It's gonna be a weird saying though, because Gulf of Mexico has been said for like decades, and so changing that's going to take a lot of time, I think, for people to get used to it. Ordering the government to prevent censorship of free speech. That's pretty great. I can't think of anywhere they were doing that, unless they mean the stuff going on with Facebook during like when Biden was elected, that kind of thing. But it seems like the Zuck wants to pull back on that, so I don't know. I'm kind of confused. I'm sure whatever it is, I like the idea behind it. I just don't know how that actually looks. Promoting beautiful federal civic architecture. I like that, you know, maintaining things. That's always fantastic. So yes, that's what Trump has been doing as of day one. I know he's done some other stuff, you know, like declassified the JFK, RFK, and MLK stuff, which I think is really cool, because there's going to be a lot of information in there that's going to really help enlighten people, I think. And so I'm really excited to hear more about what we're all going to see when those finally get declassified. Trump signed the order, so it's just going to be a matter of hours, maybe even, until we find out more information on those. So that's pretty neat, and some other stuff here and there. But yeah, so that's the gist of that. Now, there's one last thing I want to talk about for the inauguration. Last thing I care about the most, okay? Which is, surprisingly, Carrie Underwood, okay? Because if you don't know, she was slated a couple of weeks ago to sing America the Beautiful, which is something that they usually do, I think, at just about all inaugurations. She, of course, received a lot of backlash from it. Now, there's a few thoughts I have. For one, Carrie Underwood, she's actually a pretty big name, and I was just sitting and thinking today about how big she actually is. I mean, she won American Idol. I think most people know that. She is probably one of the best-selling, I don't know this, I don't listen to a whole lot of country music, I'm not a huge country fan, especially modern stuff. But I'm sure she's probably up there among the top-selling country artists of all time. But it's fascinating because she had a malfunction during her song. I'll show you the clip, but the track was not loading up. It was not, you know, doing things correctly. What she did, though, to counter that was an absolute Chad move, and was just, like, amazing. And I just thought, you know, like, more power to you, Carrie Underwood. This is, like, one of the most like baller things I've seen in a while. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna pull up Twitter again and we're gonna watch this clip. All right, as you can see to my left, we have the clip right here. Let's go ahead and hit play. I'm gonna pause after a little bit because there's something very important to note. So watch this. Okay, so that she said just there. They were telling her they were having problems, and it seemed like she was saying something along the lines of, "I'll just sing it," okay? which is crazy. So like she knew her track wasn't going to kick in and she was going to have to do it a cappella like from there. Which is great because usually, I mean, you know, I've done some stuff. I've done like some plays and shows and stuff. Never really had like a big solo or anything like that. But from the little bit I've done, I realized that having a track playing or some type of music helps you keep time is really helpful. It also kind of masks your voice just a little bit. So the fact that she's doing a cappella means that she's doing like everyone's just going to hear my voice really, really loud. And so that, for me at least, that would create some type of nerve. So let's go ahead and see how she does.
You know the words, help me out here. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
Okay, guys, I've got, you can't see it because I'm wearing this jacket. I've got chills right now, okay? Because that was really, really good. And it was so good, in fact, that I think she actually sounded better without the track. Because with the track, I feel like it would have just kind of worn it down a little bit. It would have diluted the performance. And yeah, I mean, it was amazing. Like I kind of want her to release that just like that a cappella, like on Spotify or whatever. And let me tell you, I will listen to that a lot because so good. She did such a great job. Not to mention, she just seemed the whole time that she was, you know, doing her thing, just very graceful. Especially when she was told, you know, she said she'll just sing it, everything like that. So again, that's more of a role model you want for your kids, not like a Taylor Swift or like a forbid a Cardi B or someone like that. Oh, no. So anyways, thought I'd leave things on a positive note. I think that Underwood did an amazing job, as I said. But generally speaking, those are the things I wanted to talk about as a result of the election. But hey, let me know what you guys thought. What did you think of Carrie Underwood's performance? What did you think of Elon Musk? And what do you think about what Trump did as of day one in his speech and all that he got into? I'd love to hear your opinions down in the comments below. If you liked this video, hey, go ahead and drop a like. If you hated it, drop a dislike. But I will appreciate everything that you got for me. And if you want to hear more commentary just on general stuff, whatever I find interesting, movies, movie reviews, a little bit of politics, a good bit of pop culture, make sure you hit that subscribe button. But yeah, that's going to wrap things up for me. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.